Today, folks, it's all about fakes. A counterfeit market that starts here in Guangzhou and ends in your closet. And you may think it has nothing to do with you, but look at your shoes, your clothes, your watches, and your jewelry. Many of you buy them all from brand name stores, and some of you spend a lot of money on it and think that you're immune to counterfeiting. The richest of you buy things with chips in them. Well, that protects you from counterfeiters, doesn't it? Guys, I hate to disappoint you, but today I have to. Somebody has to tell you the truth. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm ballin', yeah, I'm ballin', been ballin'. I'm on that mezzanine, I go so hard just to fuck up my enemies.
This is where the fake market begins. It's a whole shopping district in the center of Guangzhou, not far from the old train station. You can't even tell where the main shopping mall is. Everything here is a mall selling fake goods. But here's an interesting detail. These are the flags of the countries to which the goods are shipped. So, you know, find your own flag. The heart of the district of fakes is the legendary shopping center nicknamed The Ball, named after this fountain with a stone ball. Its official name, Hui Mei Goji.
So this is the ball. This market, it's all fakes. Luxury quality, the highest quality, maybe the lowest quality. But we're interested only in spitting image copies.
To give you a sense of scale, this is Hui Mei. They sell expensive imitations of brand name clothes and shoes. Next to it is the women's clothing store. Beyond that are two huge centers of cheap knockoffs, the legendary Kindo and Kinbo, connected by a pedestrian bridge. This whole street is accessories as well as packaging, tags, stickers, and everything else you need to sell fakes. Here is a whole block of watches with a flagship shopping center, Southwatch, which was even included in the UN report as the main center of counterfeiting in the world. And next to it is a car logistics center and a railway hub. This is the Market Workers District, and here is the so-called Black Ghetto of Guangzhou. Buyers here come from Africa and the Middle East, which I will show you from the inside. All of this is almost 9 square kilometers of counterfeit business. It's like Monaco, only they buy in Monaco, and here they sell. Sasha and Nastia started by bringing Chinese counterfeit handbags to Europe in small batches.
That's why we went to Berlin, and I personally sold these bags to Arabs. Arabs who had been doing this for 10 years. And I would bring copies from here and sell them as originals. And my reasoning was that my friends, well, you know, let's not talk about it.
Okay, your friends want to get rid of the original bags.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a walk.
Our friends want to sell them. I usually brought these items back from England, and the Arabs, when they looked at them, they always bought them and everything was fine. It was a good business to exchange 100 yuan for 2,000 euros.
You're exchanging 100 yuan for 2,000 euros?
Yeah, it was a pretty good business.
Okay, so these Arabs, are they the Arabs who sell for $50 on the street?
No, this is totally black market stuff. It's also sold to the French. In Germany, they sell it to rich Germans. I mean, why buy in KDW for 5,000 when you can buy an original for 3,000? And I sell it to them for 2,000, 2.5, and then they mark it up by 1,000 euros. And the German women come and buy it.
Okay, so hold on. They don't sell these bags as knockoffs in France. They sell them as originals.
I'm the first person to sell them not as knockoffs, but as originals, because I'm responsible for the quality.
After moving to China, Sasha and Nastia stopped selling small batches of fakes as originals. It turned out to be much more profitable to sell fakes as fakes, in bulk. So take a look, you guys. Fakes come in like this. You see that? The box, and this box, look, it came to me in the mail. We're going to blur out part of the address here, but you see these Chinese characters here. That's straight out of China. And these boxes, in fact, the counterfeiters will ship them anywhere. They can ship to Moscow, they can ship to Paris, they can ship to New York, no problem. Now let's see what's inside. I think, you guys, this is the most unconventional unpacking of a Hermes bag ever. If the makers of Hermes knew that their bags were being unpacked with tools like this, well, they would probably hang themselves. So this is the rough box. You see that? It's got a one-time latch too, apparently, but it was left like this so that when the seller resells this in some fancy store, he can reseal it and make it look like it was factory packaged. It's pretty cool, right? Oh, look at this, you guys. This is in perfect condition. Oh, the Hermes logo. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around. Look at this rough box. It's not just, done for fun. It's okay as it is. It's perfect quality. Look at this. And it's also labeled Hermes. I'm sweating, I don't know if it's because I opened it or because I'm just so excited about it. For those who don't know, the price for Hermes bags starts at around $1,500 with no upper limit. The most expensive one, made of crocodile skin, can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But most importantly, this bag is not sold to just any customer. First, you have to buy the brand's scarves, shoes, and bags for less. And then, if the store manager likes you, he will allow you to buy crocodile products after a few years. If you buy a Hermes handkerchief, the next time you'll be allowed to buy a Hermes mug. For example, if you've bought a Hermes handkerchief and a Hermes cup, you may be allowed to buy a Hermes wallet. But then, after a year, you'll be able to buy your first Hermes bag. And then, when you've reached a certain level of familiarity with the brand after a couple of years, they might let you buy really unique Hermes bags. And after about 5 years, you'll be allowed to buy a crocodile leather bag. Fashion magazines and writers have put together guides on how to buy the coveted Hermes bag sooner. Until recently, there was a waiting list of 2 years. The most sought-after models are the Kelly bags, named after the actress Grace Kelly, and the Birkin, after the actress Jane Birkin. And this is one example of when it is not clear who is more famous, the person or the thing named in their honor. Just for you to get an idea of what comes with the fake bag. Again, this is a counterfeit bag. This is the tie for the Hermes brand bag. And this is the rain cover for this bag. A special cover for the Hermes bag. Look at the way that this is packed. It's all in separate bags. Oh, what is this? This is a certificate of authenticity, you guys. It's got a chip on it. Just so you know, it's a certificate that says that this is a genuine Hermes bag, but it's not real. I'm not going to lie to you. This is just the strap and naturally the bag itself. The bag itself is in some kind of pillowcase. You see this? I'm really sweating with excitement. It's very exciting to open a Hermes bag. Here is a Hermes bag. There you go. Right there. You can't just buy a fake like that in China, not even in the fake neighborhood that I showed you. Is this the kind of store where you can buy the really amazing knockoffs?
Not in stores like this. The really good fakes are bought on WeChat from suppliers.
Trusted suppliers.
There are some factories that deal exclusively in, well, okay, for example, there's a factory that only makes belts. Another factory only makes Gucci clothing. A third factory only makes Louis Vuitton bags. And they're also divided by quality. I mean, all the best suppliers can only be found on WeChat.
I got this from one of the elite factories that produces the best fakes in China, whose representatives Sasha and Nastya brought me to negotiate with. We came to one of the most expensive tea clubs in Guangzhou for the negotiations. Usually, all business meetings in China are held in this way, in tea rooms during a tea ceremony. Here, even tea kettles cost several $1,000s. Here come the representatives from the factory, the director and the chief designer, with bags of expensive handbags. According to our cover story, I am a photographer who has to take pictures for a big European buyer. So at first, I was careful not to photograph everything. The factory representatives want the bags to go beyond China's borders.
It is good that you're going to export these, because some people here sell fakes to our own residents under the guise of originals, and we can get into trouble. It is better to sell them overseas, although our people sometimes buy fakes there too.
She said that she wants to sell to foreign customers. She doesn't want to sell this in China. They send it to America or Italy, and they sell it there. While the Chinese people here, they buy it there and think it's the original. So they're in, let's say, Guangzhou. They buy these bags and then send them to Italy. And then people, buyers from here, they buy it in Italy and think that it's an original. And then those bags come back to China. So it's an interesting setup.
The life cycle of these bags.
The factory representative is showing us in detail what to look for. For example, how to create the desired curve in the bottom of the bag, or from what parts of the crocodile Birkins are sewn. The most difficult part is putting the number and the logo on the knockoff.
Here, we can distinguish it from the original by the code and this stamp. This stamp must be perfect. What equipment do they use to make this stamp? I see you have a good understanding of the technology. Yes, it's very difficult to get this logo right. You see, it's not pressed into the leather. The logo doesn't protrude or deepen, and it shouldn't rub off. It's applied in a special way. You wear it like this, unbuttoned, because it's very inconvenient to fasten it. There's also a lock.
All of this is handmade. They show us that the production quality of each bag can be monitored in real time. A live camera.
It's a live camera behind each worker, and you can zoom in and see right down to a single stitch how they're doing it. It's important for us to build a trusting and long-term relationship with the customer. We have a factory. We need to sell at volume. Otherwise, this production will not be profitable. We want to find a strategic buyer who will take a lot of items. We are not interested in selling 1 or 10 bags a month. We are not interested in peddling them to some guys. We are looking for a long-term relationship.
We're sitting together and drinking tea. This is already international business. This is a very important moment. She appreciates this moment as well. Thank you very much.
So listen, a fake like this, is it worth $100?
Stas, you can't buy a fake like that for $100. You can buy them from this factory, starting at $1,000.
At the end of the negotiations, an exchange of gifts is a must, and we'll have some for you. Later, I had time to examine the bag in peace. It has the same serial number as the real one and the exact same logo technique.
Some bags that they make, even in our advanced factory, take 2 months to manufacture.
It takes 2 months to make this bag?
No, not this one. This one is more or less a simple bag. I mean, it's made of crocodile. They order the crocodile skin, they dye it, they dress it. There's this whole process, and that's why we chose them in the first place.
The most important thing is that it's done by hand.
All done by hand. The cutting, the sewing, it's completely handmade.
These two young men are the creators of Supefakes and the famous not science community. I can't tell you their names. So explain, why are you wearing masks?
Why the masks? Our story started a long time ago, about 10 years ago. At that time, we did some bad things. We were selling fakes in Russia as originals. So basically, we don't want to show our faces because even though the statute of limitations period has expired, it's better to lay low.
So tell us, what do you do?
As of now, we sell the copies you see here on the table. And that means on several fronts. Copies as copies for Russian customers, and copies as originals to Europe and America. Well, all foreign countries. We have many clients in Europe and America, and we have a team of 7 people. That means 3 people in America and 4 people in Europe who are engaged in selling our copies as originals. The people we have are trained. They know how to create displays, how to take pictures. They create and manage the necessary accounts, all of the paperwork. They take risks, but they get paid well for it. The goods are quietly imported into Europe because they're in small batches. Customs have started to clamp down on large batches, so generally there are not that many quality fakes in America or in Europe because it's hard to bring in large quantities.
Okay, so what is large quantities?
100 units, 200, 300.
We're going to the biggest counterfeiting center in Guangzhou.
10,000 euros to make in a weekend, and you get to go to Berlin with your family, take a vacation, stay in a hotel. I mean, I think that's very good. You can't film here.
But you can't go in there with a camera. Okay, yes, you can sell fakes, but you can't film those fakes. Okay. But of course, we're going to film it anyway. So don't pay attention, just go where you're going and I'll film, okay? The first floor has a lot of fake stuff. Not of the highest quality, though.
These are very stiff. They're very stiff. The suede should be much softer.
It's mostly sneakers and mass-market clothing. A lot of it is just sold in bulk for clothing markets around the world.
Where are you from?
Africa.
Where in Africa?
Ghana.
Ghana. What did you come to buy?
Shoes.
Shoes?
Yeah.
How many pair of shoes are you going to buy?
About 34.
We are probably talking about 34 tons or even containers. These are expensive brands, but at very low prices and with rather low quality.
You can't film here.
What's that?
Don't take pictures.
No taking pictures?
You can't take pictures here.
All fakes can be divided into 3 classes. Class B is basically any bag or t-shirt with a brand logo on it. Neither the materials nor the shapes of the originals are followed. The wholesale price can start at $1 or even less, and this is what is sold in the street markets. In Class A, both the form and the quality of the work are identical to the real thing. Sometimes they distinguish Class AAA, where even the materials are copied with 100% accuracy, and even in wholesale, they can ask for a few $100s per such fake. While the originals cost thousands, it was a Class B fake that they first tried to sell me in the counterfeiting district in Guangzhou, but I chose Class AAA. So here, let's look at the details. Here's this obscure, thick plastic something, and here it's small and sleek and metal. Give it to me, please. I want to compare the seams, like in the picture. The seams go like this. Sometimes the stitches are messed up. Sometimes the stitch pattern is wrong. And then I took the fake to a Louis Vuitton boutique for inspection.
This one. Yeah. The same size.
The guy pulls out the price tag, and I start comparing.
Yes.
It looks the same, right? I mean, at first glance, even a pro couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, so the seams are exactly the same.
You know, I bought this one in Guangzhou. Guangzhou? Yeah, this one in Guangzhou, yes. And I wanted just to compare. Is it real or not? And it is exactly the same.
Where did you buy it?
In Guangzhou, in a store, yes.
It looks just the same.
No, I don't have a receipt. No. I just bought it on the market, and I want to just compare.
But there are even higher quality fakes called l'authentic class, or super fake.
A super fake.
Supefakes, and the rise of so-called super fake handbags.
Which is the real and which is the fake?
This is the real? Fake.
Smaller one is real, the larger one is fake.
Well, I actually would have said the opposite, that this is fake and this is real.
Both of these are fake.
L'authentic fakes are not sold in the markets. You can find them either on the internet or, believe it or not, in the world's most luxurious boutiques. And that is where we're going now. So guys, we're in France. This country has some of the toughest anti-counterfeiting laws in the world. For example, selling counterfeit handbags here can easily land you in jail for several years. At the same time, this country is one of the main centers of counterfeit sales in all of Europe. Right behind me is the Galeries Lafayette, Europe's largest store for luxury brands. This is their flagship store on the Boulevard Haussmann in Paris, but now there are several all over the French capital. Yeah, sorry, I'm in the way, and they are here for the brands. People from all over the world come to Paris to buy expensive brands because they are sure that they are the first and only originals. Even the Chinese fly to Europe to avoid being scammed by Chinese counterfeiters. According to statistics, almost 40% of expensive branded clothes are bought abroad by Chinese residents, although this proportion is slowly decreasing. I don't think you'll find as many bags from clothing stores anywhere in the world as you'll find here on the street in front of the Galeries Lafayette on Boulevard Haussmann. Everyone is walking around with the things that they just bought. Many of these people are unaware that fakes may be waiting for them, not in dirty markets, but on the counters of the most expensive stores. In 2021, for example, a whole group of employees of the French boutique Hermès were convicted. They sold handbags for 23,500 euros and more, and judging by their earnings, sold dozens or even hundreds of pieces. Selling fakes throughout official stores is not an uncommon story around the world. The Australian luxury department store Cosette is now under a hail of accusations of selling super fakes. In New York, the owner of a high-end boutique that sold fakes in bulk was arrested in 2022.
Investigators say they've uncovered a $40 million counterfeit goods scheme in New York.
Simple $10 sweatshirt, you put the Chanel brand on it, it sells for $5,300.
Detectives who conducted an 18-month investigation say the items were being shipped all over the United States.
The most common way to sell a fake is to list it as a slightly used one online, or the old-fashioned way in a store's commission department, like this one at Galeries Lafayette in the upscale Paris district. Here's the sign, folks, second-hand. This is where they bring expensive brand name clothes, blouses and skirts that cost thousands of dollars new and hundreds of dollars used, and other luxury items. Here, for example, is a Prada bag, 550 euros for a used bag. Here's another Prada, and this is Miu Miu. 475 euros, a Gucci bag, 595 euros. How can you tell if it's a real Gucci or not? I have no idea. It's a little worn even. It's 595 euros. And look, 549 euros, this little Prada clutch or makeup bag. So let's find out if it's original or not.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you speak English?
Yes,
Do you sell
hi.
here? Yeah, hello. How do you know that it's real, not fake?
Because we have independent sellers that bring us the clothes.
Yeah.
And so they're the ones who find the clothes. So we know that it's real because it's like, you know, it's them that Plus, we are not allowed to sell fake.
I'm YouTuber. I just make a video now about fakes.
Yeah.
I don't understand how can one understand that it's fake or not.
These Arabs have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, I understand. We have certain pieces that have certificates, but not all of them come with it because it's vintage. So sometimes it comes with it, sometimes it doesn't.
And if somebody with fake bag will come to you, you will take it.
No. If it's fake, I mean.
How do you know?
Well, we have people that come sometimes that know about the luxury brands.
So they
they're the ones
have
who
expertise
check out.
about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because it's 595 euros, so it's not cheap, and it can be fake.
No, it's not.
Of course, if it's in a luxury store with the right lighting and scents, it's easier to mistake it for high-end. In fact, that's why expensive department stores invest in interiors that seem to justify all the prices. The Galerie Lafayette is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful shops in the world. It opened in 1912 on Boulevard Haussmann, and just look at the dome. It's very beautiful. Even if you don't buy anything here, it's definitely worth coming just to see such beauty. A pen can cost a fortune in this spot. So guys, pens. 1,530 euros, 2,300 euros, and that pen over there is 7,400 euros. That must be a nice pen. I just wonder what they write with a pen like that.
When people go to a boutique to buy an original item, they don't look at it. They don't look at the thing. They just like the model, they try it on. If they like it, they leave satisfied. And a nice entourage, they pour you some champagne and that's it. Yeah, nice service. The service, the advisors, the ambiance of the boutique, they might not even pay attention to the flaws. Yeah, the crooked seams, the glue sticking out, it's there. And if a copy comes from China, it's clear. The packaging is wrong, something's wrinkled, and they're like, oh, the seam's a little crooked here.
The trouble is that what helps the original sell for more also helps sell the fakes.
In St. Petersburg, for example, there's a store that positions itself as a kind of seller of original brands, but they sell hardcore fakes.
Hardcore fakes, and they say that they're originals.
And they say it's an original.
It's a crime, right?
I don't understand how they're still afloat. I mean, I do, but obviously they have some kind of connections. Yeah, true, and there's a chain of 8 or 9 stores in town. And even in the top factories, which produce the best quality, there are defects. So here, for example, we only found a supplier factory for Chanel bags from the 7th attempt. We ordered from them 10 to 20 bags, rejected half or a little more than half.
Wow.
They also had a customer in Dubai who ordered these bags in containers and didn't inspect them at all. Didn't even open the boxes. Yeah, he didn't even open the boxes. They just shipped these bags by container to Dubai and seemingly sell them as originals.
So now, I'm assuming he's taking Class A knockoffs to Dubai, which are expensive knockoffs. They don't sell those on the market.
The best copies, the very best.
So actually, it's not fakes for the market. It's only for boutiques or high-end outlets.
Yeah, they're either passed off as the original or...
Yes, because it's not something that you can sell for $15.
The procurement price for such a copy at that time was 50 to 60,000 rubles.
Okay, so that's $500 to $700.
Yeah.
So it could not be sold for less than 1,000.
They probably sold it in Dubai as an original. Indians and Arabs do the same thing. But as an original, it would sell for $5,000 to $7,000.
So how can you sell a container of counterfeit handbags just off the store shelves?
We also wondered where these quantities were going.
So it turns out that there's a way to sell them in Dubai.
Yeah, probably under the guise of either used or slightly used handbags advertised as being in perfect condition. Like a thrift store. Yeah, like a thrift store, because you can't sell Chanel bags in a multi-brand. They have the rights. They can only sell them in their own boutiques.
This is what the customs office at JFK in New York looks like. It's literally crammed with boxes from different countries, and it's just physically impossible to check every single one of them.
Any of those bags that you see on the sidewalk got through. We do the best we can, but we're outnumbered, I guess.
Customs all over the world routinely catch fakes. In 2023, New York City seized the largest shipment of fakes in history, worth up to $1 billion. But it's almost always Class B fakes. Super fakes aren't shipped in the same quantities.
It's mostly just China. The Chinese with the Chinese. They don't let any Europeans or anybody else in there because it's a criminal offense and so on. Yeah. But it's through connections. Yeah, through connections.
So it's very hard to negotiate with the owner of the factory.
Yeah, very hard and far from easy. It's hard, and you have to work at it. You have to be able to communicate, let's say. Offer some conditions, maybe privileged conditions. That you'll take volume or something else, and so on and so forth. But in general, flying to China once or twice and finding something cool, no, that's not gonna work.
The best a person can get entering the Chinese counterfeiting world for the first time is the upper floors and basements of the Guangzhou counterfeiting district. I can't go in there?
Can I come and film?
So you see, behind the closed door here, they're selling. I mean, there's a lock, and inside, well, you can see that there are people inside, and they're selling. And that's how they sell the most valuable fakes here. I mean, they're always, you know, behind opaque glass. This is a unique shop where the showcases are closed, and they let customers in one by one, and each one is haggled with individually. There are guards at the entrance, and these are the closed showrooms of Supefakes. Okay, you guys, I'm out of here. These guards are going to kick my ass. They don't open these places for tourists, but for more or less regular customers. And if you don't know what you're buying, you might end up with a bad fake.
That's right. Brunello Cucinelli. And the quality is very good. It's real. This is a bad fake. There should be 3 seams here and 3 seams here. You can't do that.
So it's a bad fake.
It's a bad fake right off the bat. You can't sell it as an original. You see this here? It's better. More or less, it's okay. Better than the previous one.
So how many years does it take to learn to tell if it's a good fake or not, just at a glance?
It's a learning curve. It's not measured in years. Of course, you have to be more in touch with the original to see how things look, to understand. You have to know everything about the brand.
There's a guy over there speaking Serbian. So guys, get ready for this. Serbs are bringing you a package from here too. This is a super level fake.
It's hard to figure out because it's hard to tell the difference. You can only tell what it is by the buttons.
So listen, aren't you afraid that if you tell me all of this, everyone will know that there's so many fakes and no one will order from you and no one will buy in China?
Hold on. I sell fakes as fakes. And the customers, when they buy from me, they know what they're buying. And they also know that they're buying quality stuff. There are different clients. Some people want medium quality, and some need low quality. There are interesting customers who can spend a lot of money. And if we're talking about buying the original, they can afford one item, and I can offer several items for the same amount of money.
So who are your main customers? People who buy fake handbags, cheap but from expensive brands. Who buys fake handbags?
Who? Wealthy people, I'd say.
Buyers of luxury fakes are mostly wealthy people, but it makes no sense to buy quality copies of a $30,000 bag or a $100,000 watch if you don't have the appropriate car, apartment, or everything else to complement these fakes. And that is why fake expensive watches were worn by the famous fighter Conor McGregor, which he himself admitted.
Believe it into reality.
Many counterfeit watch experts believe that football player Neymar regularly wears fake watches. Here he is allegedly wearing a a fake Richard Mille that costs more than $500,000. And here's celebrity rapper Rick Ross entering his private jet laden with Louis Vuitton bags. The problem is, his backpack is fake. And here he is on the cover of XXL magazine wearing fake Louis Vuitton sunglasses. He even had to apologize.
We can easily have a customer buy products totaling 300 to 350,000 rubles at a time, and several times a month at our prices. We understand the profile of our customers. These are people with wealth who have the originals because they do compare. And when they first order, they take 1 to 2 things and inspect them, and then they write to us, "We're shocked. Why did we buy the original for so many years?" And then they start ordering more. Because it probably depends on your attitude towards life. Some people just don't care. Not that it doesn't matter, but when a t-shirt costs 100,000 rubles, and for that amount you can buy 6 or 7 t-shirts, and this t-shirt will wear out during the season, it'll burn out, it'll be washed, and so on. Well, if a person has already gone through the phase of like, I'm wearing the original only, they just want to wear something that looks like the original, but which they can easily throw away without a second thought. Or they can just take it to the dry cleaners without caring whether they will be spoiled or not. They're simply saving money.
So are there any really famous people among your customers?
Celebrities? Well, basically, they don't buy directly from us. Their managers do. And often, my clients don't even know they're wearing a fake. Even that can actually happen.
I mean, if you're a billionaire, then maybe your procurement manager who dresses you...
The procurement manager who slips you the copies? They mix the originals with the copies. Oh, I'm afraid to tell such stories.
On camera?
On camera, yes.
Well, no names, maybe.
No names. No names. But you still have a wide audience. I'd rather not. I have to keep my job.
Dior shirt, yeah.
A Dior shirt.
Even more expensive.
$1,500 for the original. Even more expensive. But again, you guys, if we're just looking at the seams, there's a line that you cross in knockoffs where you can't look at the seams anymore. They're that good.
It's not hard to make a smooth seam, yeah. It's the logos that you can see here. You see, it just goes on and on. I mean, there are buttons right there, and it just goes on and on. It continues.
And then you should have the second part open.
Yeah, so it's a match. You see this here? It's ideal. It's a perfect match. You know, you've got all the tags, all the serial numbers, they match.
So show me the serial number. Where's the serial number?
Right down there. There's a tag with the serial number. Here you go.
Okay. So do they have chips? This is the serial number, right? So this is the serial number. If I run it through the website, it'll show me this shirt here.
Well, you can check the website. You can just go to the website, find the shirt, and look at the serial number on the official Dior website. And it'll be exactly the same NFC tags. There are no NFC tags on Dior. NFC tags go with Louis Vuitton bags and Prada stuff.
What do you do with the NFC tags?
It's not that hard to fake it. You know, the chip is copied 100%.
So you actually put the chip in and it takes people to the official site.
Yeah, well, not us, the Chinese. We work with people who do that. It's not complicated at all. The NFC is all, well...
Because they say that if you have a bag with an NFC label on it, it's not counterfeit.
Well, in fact, it is. It's even easier for the Chinese to counterfeit than to print the right serial number, you know, in the right font. It's not that difficult.
I'm a boy plaid, turn decked up on blue bills, and I won't stop until the cash pit like fall leaves in a dash. The moment is high stakes. I used to spend time on my time pay. The way speaker thumping and vibrate. She jumping my bumps and gyrate.
Well, friends, admit it. Who of you has bought fakes at least once in your life? Maybe you're not even aware that you have them. So, guys, you know what I think? There are people who produce quality goods, sell them with the usual markup, but to make it easier to sell, they steal someone else's logo and stick it on their goods. There are other people who are just the owners of that logo. They also produce quality goods, often in the same factories, but all sorts of psychological and marketing tricks make you buy this product at 10 or 20 times the actual price that it costs. The first ones are definitely thieves. They steal other people's intellectual property. So I think, who are the scammers here? Write your thoughts on this topic as well as on this episode down in the comments. I try to read everything and answer personally. Also, please write, do you still buy branded clothes?